So student, welcome you all once again for the second session of the Fundamental of Mathematics. This is Victor sir from Emmanuel's Pedagogue. And today what we are going to look at is the factors of numbers, a natural number, or you can say a whole number. So what are factors, children? Factors are nothing but they are the numbers that can go into another number without a remainder. That means whenever a number is divided by another number and the remainder is 0, then that number is said to be the factor. That means if there is a dividend and if there is a divisor and if the remainder is 0, then the divisor is said to be the factor of the dividend. Likewise, say 2 is said to be the factor of 10. Why 2 is said to be the factor of 10? When I divide 10 by 2, I have the remainder as 0. That means 2 is said to be the factor. In the same way, 10 ko when I divide it by 5, I have the remainder as 0. So 5 is the factor of 10. When I divide 10 by 10, I have the remainder as 0. So 10 is also the factor of 10. 10 is also the factor of 10. So what is a factor? A number when divided by another number such that the remainder is 0, then the number by which it is divided is said to be the factor of that number. In the same way, if you consider 15 के factors क्या हो सकते हैं? What will be the factors of 15? 15 goes in the table of 1. Okay? Then 15 goes in the table of 5. 15 goes in the table of 15 goes in the table of 3. So 1, 5, 15 and 3. These are called as what? These are called as the factors of the number. Okay children, I hope you would have understood what is a factor. Now we'll be looking at multiple of a number. Now what is multiple of a number? The multiple of a number means multiples can be found by multiplying any number with natural numbers, right? Say if you want to find the multiples of 5. So what do? You multiply 5 by all the natural numbers. That means the resultant of the table of 5. So the multiples of 5 will be what? 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 30, so on and so forth. So what are these all called as? These all are called as the multiples of 5. In the same way, the multiples of 6 will be what? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, so on and so forth. So these are called as what? The multiples of a number. So always remember, whenever they ask you factors, means the number which is divided and gives you remainder 0. Okay? And multiples means a number when multiplied by a natural number, the resultant numbers are said to be the multiples of that number. Okay? Now we'll be seeing what is a prime number. What is a prime number? A prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and itself. A number which is divisible by 1 and itself is said to be a prime number. For example, 2 is a prime number because 2 goes in the table of 2 and 1. 3 is a prime number. 3 goes in the table of 1 and 3. It is divisible by 1 and 3. 4 is not a prime number. Why is 4 not a prime number? Because 4 goes in the table of 1, it goes in the table of 2 also. That means it has more than one factor. So what is a prime number? You can say a prime number has only 2 factors. If it has only 2 factors, it is a prime number. It has more than 2 factors, and those factors should be 1 and itself. And if it has more than these 2 factors, then it is not a prime number. Getting, children? So what is a prime number? The number which has only 2 factors, and those 2 factors should be 1 and itself. Or you can define it as the number which is divisible by 1 and itself. Is 5 a prime number? Yes, 5 is a prime number, because 5 goes in the table of 1 and it goes in the table of 5. It cannot be divided by any other number. 6 is a prime number? No, 6 is not a prime number, because 6 goes in the table of 1, it goes in the table of 2, then it goes in the table of 3 also. So 6 is not a prime number. So children, what you do in your notebook, make a list of prime numbers. List of prime numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, children? Now, 1 is 1 a prime number? No. 1 goes in the table of 1 and itself, but 1 is not a prime number. It is neither prime nor composite. This is the speciality of 1. Okay, it is not prime nor it is composite. Now children, what are composite numbers? The numbers which are not prime numbers are called as composite numbers. Okay, remember this. The numbers which are not prime numbers are composite numbers. Means composite numbers are numbers which have more than 2 factors. जैसे कि 4 is a composite number. 6 is not a prime number. Means 6 is called as which number? Composite number. So I hope that you would have understood what is a prime number and what is a composite number. Now children, we will learn how to write a composite number. Write a composite number as a product of prime factors. Okay, so now we are going to find the prime factors of composite numbers. Okay, so how we'll find? जैसे कि say if I have a number 200. So what I'll do? I need to find the prime factors of this number. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write 200, and first I'll take a prime number in which 200 will go. So 200s are. Then what do we have? Then again in the table of 250s are. Then again in the table of 220 5s are. Then 5s are. 5 1s are. So children, here 200, which is a composite number, it can be written as a product of prime factors. These all are prime factors, right? So 200 is written as a product of 5 prime factors. This is how you can write. So this method is called as the ladder method. What is it called as? It is called as which method? It is called as the ladder method. Okay children, and to divide a composite number, you should always use what? You should always use prime number. Okay, it is very much essential that only prime number should be used. to divide the composite number. Okay, and this is used in many cases. When you go to your standard 8th and 9th, this writing a composite number in the form of a product of prime factor will help you a lot, means a lot. Okay children, so I want you all to remember nicely whatever I have taught you. Now we'll be looking at two concepts. One is the highest common factor, the other one is the least common multiple, or we can call the lowest common multiple. So HCF is called as highest common factor, okay, and LCM is called as least common multiple. Say children, say if there are two numbers, one is 8 and the other one is 12, okay. For these two numbers, let's say if I need to find the highest common factor. So what are the factors of 8? I told you factors means the number which is used to divide gives remainder 0. So 8 को कौन से नंबर से डिवाइड करने से हमको रिमाइंडर 0 मिलता है? Dividing 8 by which number will give us the remainder 0? So 2 is the common factor. Then okay, 1 is the common factor, and then 2 is the common factor. After that what do you have? Then you have 4 common factor, and then 8 is the common factor. For 12, 1, 2 is the common factor. 12 goes in the table of 3, then it goes in the table of 4, then 6, then 12. Okay, so if you'll find what is common in both of these factors, say the highest common factor is 4. 2 is the common factor, but here the common factor should be highest. So here 4 is the highest common factor. So I will write down the highest common factor is 4. Children, see, most probably now you'll be asking me, how is this gonna be useful to me when I solve these sums? Say whenever you solve an algebraic sum, at that time you have to remove common factor. Say if you have an algebraic sum 12x plus 8x. Say you need to remove a common factor here outside. Say it's 8. Okay. Say what? So here this concept of highest common factor will be useful to you. Now 12 and 8, which is the highest common factor? The highest common factor is 4. So I'll remove 4 outside. Getting? Now 4 kitne zar is 12? 4 3 zar is 12. 4 kitne zar is 8? 4 2 zar is 8. This helps you in simplifying the algebraic sums, and that is why highest common factor is very much important to learn. Okay, so you got how to find the highest common factor. Okay, now we'll be seeing least common multiple. Least common multiple. Say children, least common multiple is LCM. Say if I need to find the least common multiple of two numbers, say the number is same, let's take 8 and 12. Okay, the least common, the multiples of 8 is 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24, 8 fours are 36, right? In the same way 32. Now 12, 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36, 12 fours are 48, right? So on and so forth. Okay children, so now see which is the least common factor here. सबसे छोटा common multiple क्या है? 24. Okay, so there may be many more multiples which might be common, but here the least is 24. So here I'll be writing the least common multiple of 8 and 12 is how much? 24. So 24 is the lowest number. Okay, so now you'll be asking me, how will the least common multiple help me? Okay, you know that, say, this will help you solving the fraction sums. Say if there is a fraction which is 6 upon 8, okay, and I have added this to, say I have added this to 5 upon 12. Now I cannot solve this fraction directly because the denominator is not same. डिनोमिनेटर सेम नहीं है, मैं ये फ्रैक्शन को सॉल्व नहीं कर सकता। तो यहाँ पे ये लीस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल का कॉन्सेप्ट आता है। 8 और 12 का लीस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल क्या है? 24। तो तुमको 8 को 24 में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए तुमको क्या करना पड़ता है? तुमको 8 को मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा 3 से। उसी तरह 12 को भी तुम क्या मल्टीप्लाई करोगे? 2 से, बराबर। अब इन दिस केस यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? व्हाट हैपेंस? 6 3s is 18, 8 3s are 24, 5 2s are 12, 12 2s are 24. Now the denominator became 6. That means I converted 8 and 12 into their least common multiples. And now what I can do? I can add the numerator directly. Getting? So this is 30 upon 24. So this is how I solve a fraction using least common multiple. So this all I'll be teaching you later. लेकिन फिलहाल के लिए यू रिमेंबर व्हाट इज हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर एंड लीस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल. ओके, सो आई टॉट यू टू थिंग्स, हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर HCF एंड लीस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल. Now we'll be seeing, children, integers. Okay, now we have learned this. Now we'll be learning integers. What are integers? Integers are all positive and negative numbers including 0. Including 0 gives you integer. For example, if I write the set of integer as I, or I can use Z, okay, in form of a set, तो क्या आ जाएगा? 0 1 2 3 4 so on and so forth, -1 -2 -3 so on and so forth. So this is a set of integer, a collection of positive number and negative number including 0. Okay children, I hope you understood what is an integer. Integers are positive and negative number including 0. Now we'll be seeing the comparison of integers. How do you compare two integers? Okay, comparing integers. Children, you know, for comparing integers, for comparison of any number, we use the symbol. These are the operators that we use. Say, I compare two positive integers. And when I compare two positive integers, say 5 and 8, which is the bigger number? 8 is the bigger number. So my sign goes like this. The closed part shows that the number is small and the open part shows that the number is big. So here 8 is the greater number. Say I need to compare two negative integers. When I compare two negative integers, the number which is smaller will be the greater number. Say I tell you how. Say I have -5 and I have -8. Okay. So children, you can always consider this negative sign as debt. समझो तुमने किसी को कर्जा दिया है. एक इंसान समझो मुझे आपको 8 रुपए देने हैं और मेरे भाई को समझो आपको 5 रुपए देने हैं. सो मेरा 8 रुपए का कर्ज ज़्यादा है या 5 रुपए का कर्ज ज़्यादा है, मेरा 8 रुपए का कर्ज ज़्यादा है। बट अगर हम देखेंगे ये दोनों के कंपैरिजन में कौन बेटर है, दिस इज बेटर बिकॉज ही ओव्स ओनली 5 रुपीज बट आई ओव ग्रेटर, सो माई नेगेटिविटी इज मोर। तो इसीलिए जब दो नेगेटिव नंबर्स को कंपेयर करोगे, द स्मॉलर नंबर विल ऑलवेज बी द ग्रेटर नंबर। ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, the smaller number will always be the greater number in case of comparing two negative integers. In the same way, अगर -2 और समझो -10 को कंपेयर करना है, अभी दोनों नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स है, 10 is greater number, 2 is the smaller number, but just because of negative sign 2 will be considered as the greater number. So when two negative numbers are compared, the smaller number will always be considered as the greater number. Now comparing a positive and negative integer. See, ये -2 है और यहाँ पे समझो, ये समझो -10 है और यहाँ पे say you have 5. Now which is the greater number? Whenever a negative and a positive number is compared, the positive number will always be the greater number. So children, when two positive number integers are compared, the greater number will be the greatest. When two negative integers are compared, the greater number, the greatest negative number is always considered as smaller, and the smallest negative number is considered as the greater number. In the same way, when a negative and a positive integer is compared, the positive number will always be the greater number. Okay children, this is how we have to compare the integers. Now children, we'll be looking at the addition and subtraction of integers. This is where the children really find it very difficult. Addition and subtraction of integers. Okay, always remember. Now I'll teach you how you should remember this. Okay, how you are going to add or subtract a integer. I'll be sharing with you the notes also in the group. You can go through it so that you can learn it in a very better way. Okay, so see children, say I add two positive integers, adding two positive integers. This is very important. This is where all children make mistake. 5 plus 2, it's very easy. You add it, it gives you 7. So I added two positive integers, 6 plus 7. Now children, 6 plus 7 is 13. Okay, 5 plus 8, 13, right? So adding two positive integers is very easy. Now let's see adding two negative integers. How do you add two negative integers? Say I have an integer -2 and I have another integer -5. In this case children, the first and the foremost thing that you do is you open the brackets. Brackets always indicates multiplication sign. I open the bracket, this became -2. Now see, plus into minus, plus into minus will give you minus. This is -5. Okay, so children, I draw a table here. You need to remember this table. plus plus gives you plus, minus minus is plus, plus minus is minus, minus plus is minus. Okay, remember this. So when both the signs are same, you need to add. Simple way to remember, when both the signs are same, you need to add. When both the signs are different, you need to subtract. That is the case. Now here both the signs are same. So what I'll do, I'll add 5 plus 2 is 7. Greatest number का sign देने का. Greatest number 5 है. 5 का sign negative है. तो minus 7. Okay. This is how you need to add two negative integers. Say I am adding a negative and a positive integer. Adding a negative and positive integer. Now in this case, children, say I have a number 5 and I have added it with minus 7. Okay, so first I'll open the bracket 5 plus this bracket indicates multiplication. See here, what is plus minus is minus, right? So plus into minus will give you minus. So it's minus 7. Now children, 5 is positive here and 7 is negative. Plus and minus. Plus and minus, what you need to do? You need to subtract. So 7 minus 5 gives me 2. अब ये दोनों में greater number कौन सा है? 7. 7 का sign क्या है? Minus. So whatever you do, you have to give the sign of the greatest number. Okay children? Now we'll be seeing the subtraction of two positive number. Say I've subtracted 2 by 7. Now two numbers are subtracted. Now see which is the sign here? Positive. This sign negative. Plus minus is what? Minus. So I'll subtract this both. The answer will be 5. Which is the greater number in both of this? 7 is the greater number. Its sign is negative. So I'll give you minus 5. Okay. Always you have to give the sign of the greatest number. Now 7 minus 3. In this case this is positive. This is negative. Plus minus is minus. So I'll subtract. The answer is 4. Which is the greater number in both of the? 7 is the greatest number. Its sign is positive. So I'll give this as plus 4. Getting? Now subtraction of two negative integers. Say I subtract two negative integers. Minus 5 is subtracted to minus 8. In this case, first I need to open the brackets. So minus 5. This is minus into minus. What is minus minus? Gives you plus. So minus into minus will be plus 8. Okay. So now how I'll solve? Minus plus. What I need to do? What is minus plus? Is minus. So I need to subtract both of this. My answer will be 3. Which is the greatest number? 8. 8 is positive. So 3 will also be positive. Okay children. So this is how you need to add or subtract two positive or negative numbers. Okay children. I hope that you understood this. Now we'll be seeing multiplication of integers. Multiplication of integers. Okay. Say when you multiply two integers, plus into plus will give you plus, minus into minus will give you plus, plus into minus will give you minus, and minus into plus will give you. This is the table common for both addition, subtraction and multiplication. Okay. Say I multiply two positive integers, 10 and 2. My answer will be 20. Say I multiply minus 10 and I multiply minus 2. Minus into minus, the sign will become plus. So this will be plus 20. Say I have one negative number and a positive number. Minus into plus will give me minus. 10 into 2, 20. Okay, the sign also gets multiplied here. Say if 10 is positive and 2 is negative, my answer will be negative 20. So positive, positive, my answer is positive. Negative into negative, my answer is positive. Negative into positive, my answer is negative. Positive into negative, my answer is negative. This is how I need to multiply the integers. The same goes for division also. The same is applied for division. So children, now what you do is I'll give you some sums to solve based on this, the addition and the subtraction of integers. You have to solve it and keep it with you, or you can send it to me. Okay children, thank you so much for today. Tomorrow we'll be looking at squares and cubes of integers and many more. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.